पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। In the divine presence of Bhagavan Swaminarayan, in the equally divine presence of my Guru Hari, Pramukh Swami Maharaj, Guru Hari Mahan Swami Maharaj, in the most revered presence of saints, ministers, leaders and dignitaries on the stage, but in the most valued presence of all of you in the audience, without whom this conference would not have been possible. I am reminded of a very small incident that happened when I was studying at school as a 7-8-year-old little boy. Just as we have in every school, there was an annual function and every child had to perform. See, sometimes we live in a world where we feel that we have to perform for one reason or another. You go to a family event and then you have to do something to make your presence felt, noted. Even if you are waiting outside a dentistry, we flick through an open magazine of no interest to you just to tell the world that you are occupied. How many times people go to sleep with a book on their chest, not having read a single page, but thinking that they read till they slept. We've created a world of workaholism. And when everybody values each other by the amount of time they are engaged, you are involved in a business that peels everybody away from their regular engagement, and you create other forms of engagement. It is just a change of environment. What is a holiday? What is tourism? What is a resort? You go and ask a fisherman that how would you like to spend your holiday? He would say, I would love to go to the city, visit the streets, go shopping. And you ask a city dweller, how would you like to have your holiday? I would love to go to the beach. Vacation is a change of place, a change of environment. But the problem that all of you face, that people change places, people change cities, people change the places they want to stay in. But the people who create a problem with them, their own families are always with them. Places change, but people don't change. Initially, when we were new in this business, or whenever you started visiting different places, you ticked off your life by the number of places you visited. Oh, I went to Vienna, I went to Germany, I went to Paris. But once you do that circuit, vacation is not important by the places you visit. It becomes more privileged by the people you visit with. Oh, I went with these 5 people. સમજાય છે હું શું કહેવા માંગુ છું? You're probably understanding what I'm trying to talk about. It's very sensitive, very gentle, very different. But can we create a situation where we remove all forms of entertainment? I'm not asking you to do it. and still generate the footfall and the joy. Pramukh Swami Nagar, where you have all come, and this is where the conference is being held, it's completely thrown out the regular principles we believe in, and it's turned everything around. Can you ever imagine anybody working even an hour without an incentive or concession? This Nagar has been created by 80,000 volunteers who are professionals like you, who have been serving selflessly for more than 2 months, 3 months, even 6 months, and created this Nagar which is completely selfless. We have created a business model where we get more by giving less. Don't take me wrong. I've not come here to preach, but I've come here to extend your mind. I've come here to open the horizons of your mind. And there are different ways of doing it. Before I conclude, I will mention them. Imagine, our Prime Minister himself asked me while he was in the opening inauguration that, Swamiji, just for a month-long festival, you have gone to the pains of paving hundreds of acres, paving with 10 million pavers. For a temporary event, you have created everything as if it is completely permanent. Very lovingly I explained, I said, Sahib, we have just erased the border between temporary and permanent. Even if your customer is with you just for 5 days on a temporary tour, give him the experience of permanence, then he will remember it for life. A 5-minute meeting with somebody, a 5-minute meeting. Pramukh Swami met somebody just for 5 minutes, but he poured in the entire energy of life that he remembered that meeting for life. There is nothing temporary and that is nothing permanent. Sometimes you and I get ignored or insulted for a second, and that pain doesn't go away for life. So what is permanent and what is temporary, you tell me? Everything you think that's permanent, and if your eyes are closed and you are on the funeral pyre, it wasn't permanent at all. So when I said, Sahib, we have just removed the border between temporary and permanent, can we create an experience even in one day, in your tours and travels, in your hotels, that the man or the woman will remember it for life? That is the level we should take our industry to. And do not feel, everybody in your industry, explain to them that every role is important. The greet and meet is important. The driver is important. When the car stops working, how to handle people is important. In your event, everything is dynamic in a flux. You're taking your people and there's a traffic jam. They start blaming the tourism company. There are so many things that you cannot handle and you cannot even expect. The health of the tourist himself, is it in your control? No. But can you make an environment that is comfortable holistically? I'm coming to that. Let's take our industry to a new level. So many of you were telling me that Swami, COVID આવ્યો હવે તો બહુ અઘરું પડશે. મેં કીધું હજુ તો કોવિડ જતો નહીં હોય ને ત્યાંથી માણસો બહાર જતા થઈ શકશે. Your industry depends on this DNA of people, that they constantly want a change, they constantly want to move on, they constantly want a new impulse or a stimuli. So as I was coming back, that in our school there was an annual event, this is in England, and all of us children were all gathered and everybody had a role. Like I had a role in a drama, somebody had a role in the choir, somebody had a role in the backstage, somebody had a role in costume, somebody had a role in parade and everything. And all our parents would come in and just be very proud, when there's child, somebody is on the stage, you are parents, you know how proud you are. One boy, one of my friends, one boy there, he had no role because he was not good at almost anything. No role at all. And then when their parents came and they were asking him, so what's your role in this annual function? Do you know what he said? The dad, everybody has a role, but some has a role for 2 minutes, some 5 minutes, some 15 minutes, some in a drama for half an hour. I have a 3-hour role. They said, what? That I sit in the audience and clap for my friends. That is the role we need to play. Sometimes we feel that only when we perform we add. Nope. When you support, you add more. Can we create an industry? Of course, you compete at your experience level, but can you complete each other when somebody else is in trouble? The forum is for helping each other, not just helping ourselves. And if you want to go, when you go into this nagar, you'll find out that just to keep the entire nagar clean, and we have paved. So again, people are asking us that, Swamiji, going to this extent, not just paving, we've wanted to create a clean nagar. We also wanted to create a green nagar. So 10 million pavers, 1 million flowering plants. Somebody asked me that, Swamiji, where did you get them? I said, we didn't get them, we grew them. 1 million flowering plants were grown in colder climate so that we could transplant them and bring them here. If you know how much rain there was in Ahmedabad, and if you know this area, this became a swampland, waterlogged just 6 months ago. And everybody was feeling this was beyond us. But when everybody feels and has hope higher than hope, faith stronger than faith, then miracles still do happen. And when this nagar came up, there was a third idea that we floated. Can we have a clean nagar, green nagar, and a serene nagar? Serene means every day almost 500,000 people come and you will not have a noise of a crowd. Self-disciplined people. They are not all Swaminarayans. But create an environment which is such that people will fit into that environment. Intrinsically, everybody is good, kind and compassionate at heart. બીજો અમને અનુભવ થયો કે આખી જગ્યા એટલી સ્વચ્છ અને ક્લીન રાખી છે ને કે કોઈ કચરો જ નથી નાખતું. Think about it deep. And this inspiration came from a simple taxi driver. Once again, I read a small article that there was this taxi driver. He was always voted as the best taxi driver for consecutively 3-4 years. And somebody asked him that, why? Taxi is a taxi. You take people to their destination. You don't chat much. You can't keep talking. You provide facility and just take them and bring them back. Why are you voted as one of the best taxi drivers consecutively for year after year? Do you know what he said? That I love my taxi. Every morning I spend half an hour in cleaning it and keeping it spick and span. So clean it is. The moment any passenger gets in, his complete idea of a taxi is turned over its head. He would say, wow. And the advantage I have when he says wow is they never spoil my taxi. I don't have to re-clean it. And even if they are late, they still say, I had a wonderful ride. And they always go out and give a nice reference just because I spend half an hour cleaning it. Think about your hotels. The first wow you create will be the last how. The first wow you create will be the last how. But in that, you need to love your place. You need to love your resort. You need to love your system. You need to love. Don't just make it a routine thing. Every customer will be different. And why I want to tell you as I conclude, because there are some people who create tourism spots, there are some people who create tourism trips, there are people who attract tourism, but saints and leaders like Pramukh Swami Maharaj, and I want to say it in all humility, he has built 1200 temples across the world, and I just want to tell you, the annual footfall in all our temples comes down to 500 million people. Billion, 500 million people. So think about it. When you create something beautiful, when you generate an experience which is beyond people, then it will turn people into better people. Your goal should be not just satisfying the client or entertaining the client. Your goal should be making them into better human beings, because that wow people will not forget for life. When you change the mindset of people, that would be the ultimate experience you can give. I want to just end. Of course, you take people to Akshardhams. Of course, you're going to take people to the America Akshardham that we are making. They will be making a small presentation. But one of the most startling place, and a place that creates a wow, and a place that makes it feel the first time ever, and a place that just yesterday, as Jai Shankar called, miracle after miracle, is the first traditional stone temple in Abu Dhabi. It is civilizational. And when people come there, they feel that they want to change a part of them. So when people come to your place, to your buses, to your hotels, and join in your trip, can you give them something which makes them feel that it has helped them change the way they think about the world? In conclusion, I'll give you my experience how trips and tours are evaluated by the people. I had read long time ago that when we were little children, we were always told એક રાજા હતો, પછી એને રાજ્ય માટે એને યુદ્ધ કર્યું, he won the kingdom, and then the king and the queen lived happily ever after. All our stories went like this, correct? Yes or no? You had a person and then he worked hard. After working hard, they became happy ever after. But I want to tell you, of course we know there is hard work, and there is success, and then we say happiness. But happiness is not always at the end. You just turn the table, generate happiness first. Only then people work hard, and success is a byproduct. Generate happiness first. Do not say at the end of our event he will be happy. It's too late. Generate happiness first. And you know what that does? It changes the experience of the tourist. Years back, about 5-6 years ago, I was in Africa. અને આફ્રિકાની અંદર all our હરિભક્તસ told me કે સ્વામી let's go to Murchison Falls. અને Murchison Falls માં યોગીજી મહારાજની પ્રસાદીની જગ્યા છે, so we will be able to have a special place and we'll do a small pilgrimage, Murchison Falls. And so I said, okay, let's go. So I selected a date, okay, this day we will go. 2 days before the date, હરિભક્તો બધા મારી પાસે આવ્યા અને મને કે સ્વામી આમાં તો પ્રશ્ન છે. મેં કીધું શું? એ કે તે દિવસ એકાદશી છે, ઉપવાસ. યુ નો ટુરિઝમની અંદર તમે ગયા અને જમવાનું ન થાય. So I experimented with my philosophy. I said, so what? આપણે જમવા ક્યાં જાય છે? આપણે તો જોવા જઈએ છે. So I said, let it be Ekadashi, a day of fast, and still we'll enjoy. Decide that we want to be happy. First decide. So about 15-20 હરિભક્તો હતા. And I said, let's decide we want to be happy. He said, okay, everybody was not so happy, but they decided to be happy. Now, but see how it works. I want to teach you this. So they decided, okay, yes, we want to be happy. I said, great, let's say great is Ekadashi day and we are going on a pilgrimage on a fast. Wonderful, lovely. Then suddenly they said કે સ્વામી આમાં પ્રશ્ન છે કે આપણે ત્યાં જવાના છે, 1 કલાકની ફ્લાઇટ છે, પણ આપણે તો જે ફ્લાઇટની સાઇઝ જ 11 જણની છે અને આપણે તો લગભગ 22-23 જણ થઈ ગયા, તો થોડાક જણ ફ્લાઇટમાં આવે અને થોડાક જણ ગાડીમાં આવે. આ સર એમાં ડખા થશે નહીં, સીટ માટે ડખા થાય છે, આગળ બેસું પાછળ બેસું, છેલ્લે મને નાખી દીધા. So I said એમાં ડખા થશે. I said let's decide, cancel the flight and all go in car. Why? We wanted to be, shout it out loud, we wanted to be happy. So I said okay, let's go in a car. એટલે પહેલા કીધું કે સ્વામી ગાડીમાં જવાનું થાય તો 6 કલાક લાગશે. I said so what, 6 કલાકની wonderful trip through the jungles and mountains of Africa, adventure. Why? We wanted to be happy. હવે જુઓ જ્યારે ગાડીઓનું લંગર થાય ને, 2 ની બદલે 15 ગાડી થાય ને, એમાં એક છે ને બ્રેવ હાર્ટ હોય જ, બાહોશ કે સ્વામી હું આગળ ચલાવીશ, મેં બધું જોયું છે. હવે એની જોડે તમે આર્ગ્યુમેન્ટ કરવા જાઓ તો અડધો કલાક જાય, કારણ કે nobody can decide who will lead. This is my personal experience I'm telling you. So one guy, he said follow me. So all of our about લગભગ 10-12 કારો ગાડીઓ બધી એની પાછળ જતા હતા. 3-4 કલાક ડ્રાઈવ કર્યો અને we were forcefully enjoying ourselves, looking at the same trees again and again, the same rivers. Wow, wonderful river, wonderful that. તમારે કરવું પડે જો ટુરિઝમમાં નીકળ્યા હોય તો, એમને એમ ઝાડોય દેખાડવા પડે ને આકાશ પણ દેખાડવું પડે. Then so now still wait, we wanted to be. હવે એમાં પેલો માણસ એટલો કેફમાં આવી ગયો, મારા ડ્રાઈવર મને કે સ્વામી આપણે કંઈક ગરબડી થઈ છે. મેં કીધું સારું, આપણે વી વોન્ટ ટુ બી હેપી. તો પછી મેં કીધું થયું શું કે જે રસ્તામાં આપણે વળવાના હતા ને એ તો પસાર થઈ ગયો. તો મેં કીધું હવે બીજો 1.5 કલાક વધશે ચક્રાવો. I said ચાલો let's break down, અને બધાને ભેગા કર્યા અને we pepped everybody up saying look બહુ સારું થયું, it just gives us more time to be together. ગાડીમાં એકલા ફર્યા કરે એના કરતા we wanted to be happy, still wait for it. અમે ત્યાં ગાડી જ્યાં અમારે જે ત્યાંની નાની મોટેલ્સ હતી એમાં પહોંચ્યા મર્ચિસન ગાડી લગભગ 3:30. અમારો ચેક ઇન ટાઈમ 12 વાગ્યાનો હતો, 6 વાગે નીકળ્યા હતા, 3:30 પહોંચ્યા. પહેલા કીધું કે તમારી રૂમો તો અમે આપી દીધી છે, 22 જણ એકબીજાના ખોળામાં ના સુઈ રહેવાય, આ તો તમારે 22 જણ કોઈની રૂમ નહીં. But what did we want to do? I had told them we want to be happy. So બધા કે ના સ્વામી ચિંતા ના કરો, આમ તે. Now they started making me happy. કે સ્વામી તમે ચિંતા ના કરો, everything is fine, great, we are all clear. We got a dormitory. એની અંદર અમારા બધા બેડિંગ્સ નાખ્યા છે. તે મેં કહ્યું હવે આપણે તો નદી ઉપર, રિવર નાઇલ ઉપર જવાનું હતું અને ત્યાં આગળ આપણે મર્ચિસન ફોલ્સ પર પહોંચવાનું છે. લેટ્સ ગેટ ઇન. 4 વાગ્યાની આપણી પેલી બોટ હતી, અમે જેવા બોટમાં ગયા, 22 જણની બોટ, એમાં ત્યાંના વ્યવસ્થિત કેપ્ટન, એન આફ્રિકન મેન, હી જસ્ટ સલ્યુટેડ અસ. એનો બોટ્સવેઇન, એનો જે મદદનીશ હતા બધા હતા, અને રીલી વેલકમ્ડ અસ. વી સેટ ઇન ધેટ બોટ અને જે બોટ વોઝ ચગિંગ અલોંગ. દૂરથી અમને દેખાડે કે સ્વામી ત્યાં બધા મગર છે. મેં કહ્યું ફાઇન, દૂર હોય તો સારું, કારણ કે નાઇલના ક્રોકોડાઇલ એટલે ભયંકર. આ બાજુ બધા હિપોપોટેમસ અંદર બધા તરતા હોય. ઇટ્સ ધ નાઇલ. જાયન્ટ ક્રૂઝ શિપ્સ બધે જે ટુરિઝમમાં હોય છે 200-300 ના, દે આર સુપર સેફ ને. વી આર વેરી ક્લોઝ ટુ ધ વોટર. અમારી તો 22 જણની જ હતી અને દે આર ઓલ શાઉટિંગ and everybody is waving. About 400 meters from Murchison Falls, ફોલ પડતો હોય ને તમારે પછી કિનારે જવાનું હોય, સડનલી બોટ ગોળ ફરવા માંડી. And I'm telling you, ગોળ ફરે. The captain was tense, he was perspiring. અને ગોળ ફરે કારણ કે એનો જે મેઇન રડરનો જે પેલા મેઇન સ્ક્રૂઝ હતા એ ખુલી ગયા અને પાણીમાં જ પડી ગયા. એટલે રડર આમ જયા કરે, બોટ ગોળ ફર્યા કરે. All the big ships that are passing, they are saying that we are having a great adventure, as they are waving, wow, and we are saying we want to be happy. એમાં પહેલું જ આપણા જો ઇન્ડિયન માઇન્ડસેટ કહી દઉં છું, પહેલા બધા જે બધા આવ્યા હતા બીજા બધા મને કે સ્વામી આપણને ખરાબ બોટ પકડાઈ દીધી છે અને કે આને છે ને પૈસા આપવા જ ના જોઈએ. મેં કીધું પૈસાની ક્યાં ચિંતા કરે છે, આ જીવવાની વાત કરે. અત્યારે પૈસા તો એને આપે કે ના કે આપણે કિનારે જ નથી પહોંચવાના. આ ગોળ ફરે છે ને અત્યારે તો. અને સ્ટ્રેટ અવે એવરીબડી સ્ટાર્ટેડ આર્ગ્યુઇંગ અંદર મેં કીધું લુક, ભલે he doesn't understand our language, the captain understands our faces. અને તમે બોલો કે આમ છે ને તેમ છે ને આ છે ને તે છે, મેં કહ્યું એક જ માણસ આપણને બહાર કાઢી શકે એમ છે, એ છે. હા, એને ઝઘડો નહીં. એને કારણ કે આ તો ચડી બેસા કે ભાન નથી પડતી, this is what you've done, this is your company, we're going to write a bad report. I said, don't write a bad report now. So I said, let's decide that we want to be happy. So I took out my gathariyu, tied it onto that, આપણે પેલું કહે ને મોટા, to hold it strong, કારણ કે સ્ક્રૂઝ તો હતા જ નહીં. અને જે મોટેથી બોલતા હતા એને જ મેં પકડવાનું આપ્યું ગાતરિયું. મેં કીધું તમે આ કામ કરો, બોલવાનું બંધ કરો અને પકડો. અને મેં કીધું પહેલું એક નક્કી કરો કે આમને આપણે ડબલ પૈસા કે તાકે એને જે મહેનતાણું છે એના કરતાં ડબલ આપવા છે. રેડી એવરી? બધા કે હા સ્વામી. અને મેં કીધું બી હેપી. The whole environment in that boat changed. Everybody was supportive, everybody was happy. The captain got a complete different experience because he thought કે આ બધા મને વળશે, આમ છે તેમ છે. હજુ તો સાંભળો. He took us to the Murchison Falls, called another boat, અને પછી we came back રાતના લગભગ 8 વાગે to the કિનારો. અને જેવા અમે લેન્ડ થયા ને, they gave him double the money. Next morning at 6 o'clock when we were leaving, the captain and his team came to carry our luggage to our cars. And all these 22 people who meet me, they say, Swami, it was the happiest time we've ever had. It's not about trip, it's about mindsets of people. Can you add to your industry? Okay, when your client comes in, when your customers come in, treat him for the first 5-6 minutes in such a way that helps to change his mindset. You will experience that in the Swaminarayan Nagar, and that's how Pramukh Swami Maharaj included, welcomed everybody with the love of the universe. May I pray for all of you, may the industry grow, may your commitment grow, may your own energy grow, may you generate the happiness factor first and then provide a trip. Your trips will never be unsuccessful. Thank you very much.